The Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, GIABA, has issued a stern warning to the Nigerian private sector and business community, urging businesses to remain vigilant and avoid being exploited by financial criminals involved in money laundering and terrorism financing. Head of GIABA's Lagos office, Timothy Melaye, who gave the call during a seminar on Wednesday in Lagos, emphasized the critical role of business owners in protecting their platforms from being used for trade-based money laundering and terrorism financing. He explained that financial criminals exploit every available opportunity to perpetrate crimes, making it essential for GIABA to educate the business community in Nigeria on the methods these criminals employ. Melaye stated that Know Your Customer (KYC) procedures are crucial in the fight against money laundering and terrorism financing, warning that if business owners fail to implement proper KYC or due diligence practices, tracing financial criminals or terrorists may become incredibly difficult. The national president for the Central Bank of Nigeria Registered Bureau de Change Operators in Nigeria, APCON, Aminu Gwadabe, highlighted the association's ongoing efforts to train its members across the country, making them aware of their vulnerabilities to money laundering and terrorism financing. He noted that efforts are being undertaken in collaboration with the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit and the Central Bank of Nigeria to train players in the Nigeria BDC sector. The speakers at the seminar emphasized the importance of cooperation between regulatory authorities and the private sector in tackling financial crimes and ensuring a stable and secure business environment in Nigeria. The seminar's primary objective was to engage the business community in proactive measures to combat money laundering, prevent terrorism financing, and create a safer economic environment in Nigeria.
The main purpose and focus of this is to ensure that their platforms are not used for trade-based money laundering. Money launderers are using every possible avenue to launder the proceeds of crime. People commit crime through corruption, through stealing, through theft, through drugs, and finding all kinds of means to launder the proceeds of this crime. And sometimes they go to the business owners. They can go to, for instance, insurance company and put money as a policy. When they find out that nobody is looking into that, they take their money back. Sometimes they can put it in the capital markets as investments or as buying stocks or buying shares. After they pull their money back, they can put it in business, small businesses to support the businesses. We call this co-mingling. That means there is a legitimate business going on. Money launderer invests his money in it. After he found out the coast is clear, he gets his money back. And nobody can trace the original source of the money, which true origin of the money. So what we are doing today is to sensitize the business community in Nigeria, to let them understand the trends, the patterns that the money launderers are used, so that their platforms will not be used to launder the proceeds of crime.
One of the measures we are putting is to automate the transaction of our members, putting automation into place, taking into consideration recording of transaction, and then know your customer, customer due diligence, and then complying with rendition of returns to Central Bank of Nigeria, reporting of suspicious transactions, and cash transfer transactions, so that at any given time our members are equipped to ensure that they know the rules and the regulation. So we are still engaging with institutions like GIABA in terms of making awareness and creating sensitization to our members to ensure that, you see, money laundering and terrorism financing is a complex phenomenon. It cuts across different financial institutions. However, the Bureau de Change are the gatekeepers, of the financial system.
Very disturbing. At the Abuja Chamber of Commerce, we comprise of mostly small and medium-scale enterprises, and it's a struggle supporting the businesses to be compliant, especially on legal and regulatory matters. So for this new trend to rear its ugly head, it's really disturbing, and we are glad that these initiatives are being taken to counter it and to protect the businesses, because a lot of the businesses, the owners are not even aware. Sometimes we've had a few cases where they fell into the trap without even realizing it because they were eager to make their business grow. So we are happy that this initiative is being taken and we are fully in support. We are eager to make progress on it.
All of these things we are talking about, you have to make sure that you must get an independent person that constantly tests the system to make sure that all these things are working so that they can report to the board. And lastly, the board must set the right tone. That is governance. Because all these things we just talk about here, if you don't have a board that is thinking ethically, right, and wants things to be done in an ethical conduct way, everything we have said here will not come to work. So you must have an ethical board, competent people, honest people with integrity in charge of the board of companies to make sure that all of these things we have put in place as a compliance program to fight money laundering works. So if you want to take profit out of crime, implement anti-money laundering measures.